Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it's been a while. It's been kind of quiet here on the YouTube scene, but that's for good reason. We've been super busy since getting back from Pikes Peak. And on top of that, I don't want to take away from the documentary that I Am Second's doing for me. But first, Pikes Peak update. Pikes Peak update, we finally made it to the summit, and that felt so good. It was a treacherous day, but it was well worth it. Didn't go very fast because, let's face it, the fog was so dense at times where I couldn't see past my windshield. There's a little tow hook, like 1 inch in front of my windshield. I couldn't even see in front of it. But I'll tell you what, we went off, made it halfway up there, and then got turned around because of a crash in front of me. Thank God he's all right. Everything's good. The car's harmed, but the gentleman inside the car is not. So just super happy Will's okay in that. Now, turning back to it, had to come back down. We sat at the start line again, so I had to drive back down. Saw the fog rolling in even denser yet. Sat there, weren't able to put tire warmers on. 22 minutes later, we leave the start line yet again. It does kind of play games with you, but we took off. But we couldn't ask for a better week. We finished qualifying top 10, and I don't know where we finished on race day, but we qualified top 10. Race day to me, I told the guys, I said, listen, this much fog, these conditions, there's no record to be set. I'm going to be going just to finish the summit and accomplishing what I've been wanting to do for years, and that's make it to the summit and have a donut. And that I did with some of my great friends from Pikes Peak. You know, I was able to go up there with Cam and have a donut with him and Jeff and Scott Birdsall and Lane Schrantz and Reese's dad, Rod Millen, the legend, you know, David, both Davids. And it was just a great time up there, and to see everybody finish and make it up safely was great who did make it up. Now, what's going on moving forward? So, you know, the top 10 qualifying was a monumental thing, and I believe that Gianna's got a lot more, but I need more seat time in her. And we had a team meeting last week to talk about the future, and yes, we will be back, I believe. God's opened that door yet again, and my buddies Sam and Seth and Ryan and Brandon Tristan, along with my engine builder Bill and Shane and Kevin, we all met and had a group meeting about what's the strategy for next year, and I think we've got that phased in. We have Seth and Ryan coming back in to look at things, but so thankful for everybody that helped me there. The car was great. Kelly Moss set us up for success. They weren't able to join us on the mountain. Obviously, they're super busy, and to be honest with you, it's been a pet project for Andy, and it's come at a cost to him, and he has a business to run, and so they just weren't able to do that. And so I'm super thankful for what they've done for me. And we're going to continue that momentum. And so we did this year. Obviously, it was a great showing. Just super happy. The atmosphere was great. We had a great time. Ministry was amazing. Thank you to all of you who came out and saw me at FanFest. I was amazed that that line was sometimes a block long. And I appreciate your patience. And we're so glad we got to talk with all of you and that you're finding encouragement in our story. So thank you so much for that. But next, before I give you any more updates, I've got two things next to me. One is the guys that asked me, hey, did you get your surprise in your jacket? See, before you go up the mountain, we put a jacket inside the car in case you break down or something like that. You still could stay warm. In that jacket, I put a set of socks. And they're like, you didn't see what was in your jacket? I'm like, no. I said, and they're like, well, it was with the socks. And I'm like, well, I didn't use the socks up on the summit. It was good. It was warm. See, I put the socks in there because they can act as mittens or warmers for your feet. So, needless to say, I have the jacket that was with me on the summit. It's this one right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the socks, which I'm not sure which pocket I put them in. So, socks. A keychain, which I think that may have been in there already. I'm not sure. And the only thing left is a piece of paper. Apparently what's in my surprise are some encouraging notes to me from my team for me to read up on the summit. I don't think I'll read these aloud. As you can tell, I'm trying not to get emotional. What a special day, and this helps me relive it. And just the kindness from everybody on my team to write a note on here means a lot to me. And so I'm going to cherish this. So thank you to my team, but I don't think I want to read this on here, and apologize. Hopefully, you guys will understand. But yeah, I super means a lot to me. So it did. It felt so good to be up on that mountain and to finish, to actually get to the summit. It wasn't near as fast as the car could go where we wanted to go, but the conditions were very nominal, if at best. And it was just a feat to make it to the top. So I was super excited to go up top. The next thing I got is in my mail was a box, and it's just from Colorado Springs, an address, which I don't know where the address is from, but I've got this big box next to me. And it's super heavy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it because I don't know what's in it. I don't know who it's from. And it's heavy. We were joking here in the studio, like, do we open it? Should we be careful? Should we metal detect it? But you want to know something? I have a lot of friends in Colorado Springs, people I've met through the hill climb, and I'm thankful for them. So we're going to... Should have probably brought a tab here. Okay, a lot of popcorn in this box. And a big... Ooh. There's this, which it says Glassical Designs. And, yeah, I don't know that. Let's see if we have anything else. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's not a note. There's a lot of popcorn. So let's see what's in it. This kind of reminds me. Flip box. Oh, it says fastest pastor on it. So it's to me, apparently. Putting this up. Heavier. Oh. Well, I've got it upside down. Oh, that could have been bad. But look at this. I got a trophy that says special thanks to fastest pastor. I'm assuming it's from Pikes Peak Association. Maybe not. I don't know. But man, this is cool. This reminds me of my second place trophy from last year, and this is definitely something I didn't expect. I didn't think I'd get any hardware this year. I'll take it, man. And I'm assuming, I don't know who it's from, but I'm assuming Pikes Peak. Obviously, they've been a great organization. I tell them all the time, they're not in the racing business alone. They are in the dream-making of business. When you talk to so many people on that mountain, from crew members to spectators to racers, they feel so blessed and honored to be at Pikes Peak. And for all of them, it was a dream to do Pikes Peak. So thank you. This means so much to me, whoever gave it to me. I find that very sweet. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on. So I mentioned the documentary I Am Second's working on. You know, John came to me earlier in the year, maybe it was last year, and just asked, you know, hey, would you want us to do a documentary? I wasn't keen on it. They talked about chair film, partly because I just don't think my story is all that special. But, you know, it's funny, the number of people, the longer we've been doing this ministry and racing, the more people we run across like you who have been affected by our story, maybe encouraged or inspired or found some peace in what we had to say. And I'm learning a lot. And I had a friend of mine say, Don, the reason why your story is impactful to people is you're right. You're a regular Joe, but we all are. And so I hope that through what we're doing here in some way, you find some encouragement. You find the peace that Jesus Christ has to offer you in things that we do. And you realize that there are things that he's instilled in people as dreams. And there's things that that we often don't realize about ourselves, but God is a good God and Jesus is a conqueror, right? And so I just want to thank you guys for that. And so I Am Second's been working on that. We were up on the mountain. There was a film crew following me. That was different, you know, practice. They were following us. They were here at the speed shop. And so I'm just trying to respect what they're doing there and not post too much overlap, and really want to see how that's going to formulate. I have no idea what this is going to look like. I know they ask me for things once in a while. They've been here. I've had to learn how to be comfortable a little bit more in front of a camera, which is probably why I'm able to do this a little bit easier. But I'm excited. There's also some other things in the works that we're working on. We're working on some products and stuff, dealing with relationships, and then on top of that is I have a lot of people encouraging me to write a book, and so I'm not writing a book yet, but I am writing like topics that could go in a book, and I think I'm at like 100 topics and at 10 years old by. And so we're just trying to formulate that and work on that. Also, just another thing is we are starting to go out and speak. So if you have a need for a motivational speaker or an inspirational speaker, or want someone to come speak at your corporate event, at your church, at your youth group, seek me out. I am more than willing to come do that and tell my story of someone who never had hope to someone who had hope and who can dream. And I love to share that story. I'm thankful for my whole crew and everybody else that surrounded us. My sponsors are great. You know, it takes a village to make something happen, and that certainly was the case this year. And I'm just super thankful for all the people that rallied around me. Travis at Pinnacle Motorsports, who hooked me up with both Ryan and Seth, who came and helped us on the team. Kevin from KSV Looms, and Teddy, they've always been a great supporter of mine and helped me out. We also have Shane Tackleberg, tuned by Shane T, the most amazing tuner out in the world, and I love that guy. We also had, obviously Kelly Moss, who helped us get up to that point. Vortex Optics, which has been a great partner for us. I am second, obviously. One Ethanol, Devin and the boys. Man, their fuel's great. I've been running it for 2 years. Problem-free. Love the stuff. We've made a believer out of some of the guys on our team who didn't like ethanol, who now like it. It really is a superior product. And, obviously Eric and them from Sawbelt, and we have various other companies. Bill from Reddy, who's built my engines. Him and I have been partnered together for, it's been well over 15 years. And he continues to deliver, and I appreciate that. So, and, all of you who believe in us. So stay tuned. We've got a lot of neat stuff coming up. I know some of you have questions about some of the cars that we have here. I'm going to be posting some videos on that. But please stay tuned. Be praying for us. Check out our social media, Fastest Pastor. We have our I Am Second Seconds every week. Try to give you a little bit of encouragement and insight. So stay tuned. God bless you guys and love you guys.